Scenes like this have been showing up more and more. Tonight, we're talking about how the state of Washington is working to make sure that everyone can breathe easy.
Now, we don't have bad air quality today, but we do have some scattered showers possible as we're still below our average for the year. All of your forecast.
And the WSU women's basketball team is going dancing. We'll hear from them after the big championship win that's coming up.
Now, KAPP local news at 5.
Good evening, I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, the Washington Department of Ecology is taking new steps towards getting a better understanding of the air quality issues across the state.
They're especially focusing on communities that they say are overburdened by air pollution. KVEW's Emily Goodell reports one of those areas is in East Yakima.
The issue with air pollution here in East Yakima stems mainly from the wildfire smoke that occurs during the summer times, during wildfire season, and in the winter time when people are using wood-burning stoves to heat their homes. It's also situated in a valley which can act as a funnel for air pollution. Officials say it's not just about the elevated levels of air pollution though, but the fact that Yakima also includes several groups vulnerable to air pollution, like people of color and low-income residents.
For too long, vulnerable populations and overburdened communities have been largely overlooked by all sorts of different sectors of our society. And what the Climate Commitment Act does is it recognizes that, right? And it says it's time for us to do something.
Several other communities in southeastern and central Washington have been identified as overburdened communities for air pollution, including Ellensburg, Moxie Valley, Tri-Cities to Wallula, and the lower Yakima Valley. Coming up, we'll hear more from ecology officials about their plan for increased air monitoring and what they hope it's going to accomplish. Reporting in East Yakima, Emily Goodell, KAPP Local News.
Thanks, Emily. The Walla Walla Fire Department tells us 5 people have to find a new place to stay after fire damaged their duplex early Sunday morning. When fire crews arrived, they say it was well involved, although the crews did contain the flames to the basement. The deputy fire chief says the cause is still under investigation tonight. He says it's possible the fire started because of overcrowding near a space heater. He wanted to stress the importance of keeping things away from heaters and making sure that you're not overloading electrical outlets.
Space heaters are notorious for causing fires. One, we tend to forget about them and store stuff too close to them. And two, they draw a lot of power, and so they put a lot of stress on the circuits, which can overload circuits and cause problems as well. So,
firefighters stayed on the scene for about 3 hours Sunday morning after the fire was out just to make sure that there were no flare-ups. The deputy chief also said that working fire alarms were in place at this duplex, and that likely saved lives. Jason, we're coming up to daylight savings time. That's
Yes.
time a lot of times people will replace their smoke detector batteries.
Always smart to do that because it
Helps, as we said,
Yeah.
save some lives. Let's take a look outside. Alyssa, it is a beautiful evening. It almost looks like let there be light with those clouds. It is a gorgeous evening, but we still have just a hint of shower activity kind of surrounding us. We could see just a hint coming into our areas as we head overnight. So if you see just a skiff of snow, don't worry about it. It will be very, very quick. Our next real storm system is expected as we get to Friday. Could see some early rain-snow mix to rain. So for the next 24 hours, we're still below our average for this time of year, but mostly clear skies, and we'll see more sunshine tomorrow. And we do expect to be warmer next week. 43 right now in Yakima. Winds have not been much of a factor today. 50 degrees in the Tri-Cities, a little warmer than we expected, Alyssa. But we do expect to see warmer temperatures next week. And again, I'll tell you about those showers on the way later this week in my full forecast that's coming up later in the show.
This week, state lawmakers are facing a looming deadline to get proposals out of one chamber and into the other one before Wednesday night. That means we're likely to see a lot of quick votes over about the next 48 hours. As of right now, a proposal to ban certain chemicals from cosmetics and personal care items like soap is out of the House and on its way to the Senate. So is a proposal named in part after Lucian Munguia that would create more online resources for families when a loved one goes missing. A bill that was intended to make school breakfast and lunch free for all students in Washington has had some limits placed on it, so it's not quite universal school meals anymore, but it has also passed the House and work is underway in the Senate. Lawmakers in the Senate have approved a bill that would make it so your insurance can't charge a copay or make you hit your deductible before you can get coverage for an abortion. that proposal is now before the House. And they've advanced a proposal that could make it easier to sue gun makers, also now in the House's hands. In the House, 2 new gun control proposals are on the voting list. One of them would require a permit in order to buy a gun, and the other would ban certain types of guns in the state of Washington. The state Senate is also preparing to vote on a bill that would allow psilocybin, which is a chemical taken from magic mushrooms, to be used in therapy sessions. And they're preparing to vote on whether the legal limit for DUI should be moved to 0.05 instead of 0.08. The deadline for those votes is Wednesday. Now, one bill that may not make the cutoff date is a proposal to loosen the rules on police chases. We've been talking about this one a lot this year. Advocates say law enforcement officers need more flexibility deciding when to start a car chase. Opponents say they should be looking to other, less dangerous methods of stopping suspected criminals. This proposal is before the Rules Committee. That's the final step before a House vote.
Making national headlines, self-help author Marianne Williamson is running for president again. She's the first Democratic candidate to announce her plans to run in 2024. Williamson ran in 2022 as well, but she dropped out of the race shortly before the Iowa caucuses. Former President Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley have both started their 2024 campaigns as well. President Biden has not yet said for sure yet if he plans to run in 2024. Well, we're tracking developing news. 4 Americans are missing, kidnapped just after crossing the border into Mexico. Mexico's president says the Americans went to Matamoros on Friday to buy medicine when they got caught in the crossfire of 2 armed groups. The FBI says all 4 were put in a vehicle and taken away by armed men. Investigators haven't released any more information about the 4 victims, although the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for their return. The State Department has warned American citizens not to travel to many parts of Mexico. That includes Matamoros, because the risk of crime and kidnapping is so high.
Tonight, nearly 24 people from around the country are facing domestic terrorism charges because of an explosive situation over the weekend just outside Atlanta, Georgia. The city is building a $90 million public safety training center on a piece of property that's one of the biggest undeveloped green spaces in the region. Tensions have been building for months now between protesters and law enforcement. One confrontation in January ended with a protester dead, and overnight, police say they were subjected to what they called a coordinated attack.
This wasn't about a public safety training center. This was about anarchy, and this was about the attempt to destabilize. And this was a very violent attack that occurred this evening. Very violent attack. When you throw commercial grade fireworks, when you throw Molotov cocktails, large rocks, a number of items at officers, your only intent is to harm.
No officers were hurt in the violence overnight, but the Atlanta Police Department says only 2 of the people arrested Sunday were from Georgia. World News Tonight will have continuing coverage of that developing news coming up tonight at 5:30. And the state of Idaho says about half the contaminated soil from the toxic train derailment last month has now been excavated. Crews removed 1,900 feet of rail from where that derailment happened. They've also removed soil from underneath where the track was. Some of it will be incinerated, some will go to special landfills that can handle hazardous waste. The EPA is also testing the remaining topsoil to make sure that it's safe before contractors are allowed to stop digging.
Well, tonight we're highlighting an innovative project designed to empower individuals with easy access to power tools.
The Walla Walla Tool Library is exactly what it sounds like. It's a place to check out tools that you might need for a project. The KAPP-KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald tells us the organizers' goals are much bigger.
Whether it's a drill you need or a toilet auger, just for that one-time use that you don't want to drop the money on, this is the resource for you. But it's not just a resource for renting because it's through Walla Walla University. Of course, it's also a resource for education. Another goal of this resource is to give you the tools to use these tools. David Lopez, Executive Director with the CHE, and Megan Lursbeck explain some of those projects they plan on doing to help out the community.
Every other week there's going to be different repair fairs where you can bring in tools that are broken or need maintenance. Maybe we have tools that you broke while you rented them out, and we'll fix them together.
This is how you change your oil, or this is how you fix a tool, or honestly, we're taking any recommendation, anything people might want to see.
The library is open from 1 to 3 on Fridays and 5 to 7 on Sunday and Mondays in the heart of College Place behind campus security. Coming up, how this idea was nailed into a reality. In College Place, Riley Fitzgerald, KAPP Local News.
Thanks, Riley, and congratulations are in order for the Washington State women's basketball team, aka the Pac-12 champions. This is a big deal because it's been decades since any Cougs varsity team has brought home a conference championship. The women's basketball team beat UCLA Sunday afternoon to win the Pac-12 title and an automatic bid for the NCAA tournament.
Would have never thought we could do it. I don't even think when I took the job I thought this was possible in this kind of league and these kinds of coaches and the athletes that we're going up against and players. So it just is a testament to, anything's possible.
To get up there, cut down the net, actually soak in that we're champs. It's just been such a process, and the journey that we've been on, especially throughout the season, we've had a lot of ups and downs.
Selection Sunday is coming up this weekend. The first 4 begins next Wednesday. Hard to believe it's that time.
It is that time, and that's so wonderful because they had to go through so many ranked opponents in the Pac-12 tournament, so congratulations to them. Sticking with sports, some big news for the Seahawks as well. ESPN reports that the Seahawks have agreed on a 3-year, $105 million contract with quarterback Geno Smith. Now, Smith was the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year just last year, setting the Seahawks' single-season record for completion rate and passing yards. And our resident Seahawks expert, Director Sean, says the Seahawks fans are split. Some like it, some don't.
I'm going to go with I like it.
All right.
I think he did a great job.
Absolutely. Time will tell. Quick look outside, everyone. Folks, a pretty mild Monday, but will that continue for your work week? I'll let you know what to expect next.
And still ahead on KAPP Local News at 5, we're talking about a push to protect law enforcement, roadwork crews, and anybody else using Washington highways as the weather starts to improve.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening special plus liquidation prices on all 20 to 22 RVs. Nobody will beat our prices. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Steps to a brighter future with Merit Resource Services.
When you are in need of substance abuse disorder treatment and your burdens are too much to bear alone, Merit will help. Our experienced and certified staff offers support recovery for all in need by providing access to quality assessment, education, integrated treatment services, and co-occurring services for substance abuse and behavioral health needs. Merit Resource Services, where we believe in recovery for all.
This week, Ukraine's plea for more military aid as the country emerges from a brutal winter. The U.S. vowing to pursue Russian war criminals. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-284-4157 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-284-4157.
Next ET.
Chris, ready for you.
Chris Rock's live comedy special, Addressing the Oscar Slap Plus. Prince Harry's first event since he and Meghan were evicted from their UK home. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials on travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Class A and C motorhomes. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Well, Welcome back on this Monday evening. Well, nearly a month after he was hit and killed while walking on State Route 240, the family of Rudy Madrigal is offering a $1,500 reward for information that leads to an arrest of the person responsible. Rudy's family is hoping another family never has to experience the grief they're going through, so they partnered with On Time Taxi. If you're at the bar or a club and need a safe ride home, all you have to do is call the taxi company at 509-619-0109 and ask for a ride on Rudy's tab, and the ride is free. If you have any information on Rudy's death, please contact the Washington State Patrol.
And State Patrol is starting an emphasis patrol this weekend to remind drivers to move over and slow down when you see vehicles on the side of the road. Troopers say that applies if you see law enforcement officers who pulled somebody over, somebody who's having issues with their car, construction crews, or transportation workers. You need to move over, buy a lane if it's safe, and slow down by at least 10 miles per hour or down to 50 miles an hour if you're on the freeway. Troopers say if you don't, that puts lives at risk.
It just takes that speed combined with someone not paying attention. You're more likely to drift over. You could strike a vehicle and you can cause even more tragic situation than what's already being handled on the side of the road.
The patrols do start this weekend, but troopers say they'll be putting the focus on Yakima, Benton, Franklin, and Walla Walla counties starting April 16th. After years of drought, California is now seeing near record snow.
Unfortunately, it won't be enough to completely turn around California's water issues, and getting so much snow at once left a lot of people struggling. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest.
Another round of record-breaking snow in the west. Up to 5 more inches for California's Sierra Nevada mountains. Over 48 feet of snow already fallen this season.
This place is a disaster zone.
The snow piling up, blanketing on roofs, swallowing homes, and creating rolling avalanches.
We were just sinking to our hips, essentially. And we could make barely any progress.
For 2 days, Cole White and a friend were trapped on a snowy mountain, huddled together for warmth, fearing they would die before being rescued. They made it out alive, but officials warn it could take days to reach others stuck in the snow.
We have snow plows, but it's just too thick and it's too hard, and they're just not equipped for this kind of ice. It's just too much.
Crews clearing roads, removing more than 2,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of snow from San Bernardino County alone. Placer County under a state of emergency with no power, water, or internet service. And in Nevada City, trees and power lines are down.
Snow just kept building, and this tree just kept leaning more and more. And then eventually it gave way, and the power lines were holding it up.
Neighbors forced to trudge through the snow for food, water, and gas. Tough to do in blizzard conditions and near zero visibility in many areas.
Just hiking back now with the food. I'm actually trying to get to Hilltop.
Okay.
That's the only place we can get phone service to make a phone call.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Luckily, none of that snow in our areas, though we do have just little bits of shower activity, and this is going to be really indicative of what we're going to see for the next couple of days. Our next real push will be on Friday. We could see some pretty good rain-snow mix to rain Friday morning as we move along in the morning and maybe even into the afternoon. But just scattered little cells of showers are very possible to come into some of our areas. Looks like we'll be mostly clear overnight, but as we look here, Walla Walla could see a little bit of shower activity as we get to tomorrow afternoon, and just bits and pieces coming into Yakima and Toppenish, and that could cause a little bit of snow for your morning commute. So don't be surprised if you see just a little bit of shower activity or even snow if it's early in the morning for the next couple of days. Current temperatures 50 right now in the Tri-Cities. Other than that, mostly in the 40s, still 39 for Ellensburg. And we are below our average for this time of year. We're going to get very near it as we get to Thursday and into our weekend. But we do expect finally, as we get into our next work week, we're going to be looking at 50s across the board, and we could even see 60 degrees. So a little bit warmer temperatures, getting much closer to where we are for this time of year, or should be for this time of year. So keep an eye out for that next week. So winds, they are light, and we had quite a bit of wind last week. So winds are looking to be slowing down, nominal winds more or less until we get to Thursday, and a little bit going into Saturday. So a little bit blustery conditions on Saturday, but also from the southwest, that is going to usher in some warmer temperatures for our weekend, and that could translate into warmer temperatures as we head into our next work week. So don't forget, 6 days away, very early on Sunday morning, we go ahead an hour. Yes, we do lose an hour for the weekend, but we do gain that sunshine in the evening. 11 days to St. Patrick's Day, which is on a Friday this year, no less. And spring, 2 weeks from today, we finally get to the season of spring. So as we move into our overnight period, we are kind of settling down into the middle 20s, and again, close grouping of temperatures. That means that we're in a more stable weather pattern. We're going to see mostly clear skies, maybe a bit of cloud coverage, and again, don't be surprised if a quick little spritz comes through. Looks like Wednesday morning will be the better chance for a little bit of snow coming into Yakima and Ellensburg. We're going to keep an eye on that. Tomorrow we're going to see mostly sunny skies, but Walla Walla could see a quick little shower or two, and our highs are going to be pretty much on par with what we saw today, mid to upper 40s, 42 for Ellensburg. So not exceedingly warm, but still nothing like we saw a week and a half ago when we were right by that freezing mark. So our 7-day forecast, again, off and on showers, 20% chance of showers on Wednesday, up to 53 on Thursday. Good chance of morning rain showers on Friday, and then spring forward as we head into Sunday. Looks like better conditions for your weekend. Overnight lows getting around that freezing mark starting Thursday night. In the Yakima region, we are at 44 through Friday, and a good chance of snow to rain, snow mix to rain on Friday morning into the afternoon. Much nicer conditions await us on our weekend. Overnight lows are pretty much sticking in the mid to upper 20s. So folks, we're going to have mostly clear skies overnight tonight, and very nice Tuesday is ahead. Just keep an eye out for a quick shower or two. The sun will return quickly though if it comes.
Thanks, Jason. Up next on KAPP Local News, talk about a close encounter. We're hearing from the man who caught a moose attack on camera and what he would have done differently.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
Stan, who is that?
Okay, Roy. I went to the basement, found a weird portal, went through, found myself in a prehistoric valley, talked to a couple dinos, told them about Triple Play. They wanted to check it out. Here we are.
Wow!
Hi, Roy.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She'll leave whenever we're ready.
I'm ready.
You may be eligible for a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
I believe my purpose in life is to help people. My clients depend on us to fix their circumstances. That's our job. The stakes are high and we can't let them down. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Watch me. Watch me tumble, jump, and soar. When our squad is on point, we own the floor. Dazzling stunts and dances are my jam. Pain once caused issues, but they had a plan. A life-changing brace with no surgery to fear. Activity without limits, one more reason to cheer. Watch me. Industry-leading scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
I'm over 45, I realize I'm no spring chicken.
I know what's right for me. I got a plan to which I'm sticking.
My doc wrote me the script. Box came by mail, showed up on Friday.
I screened with Cologuard and did it my way.
Cologuard is a one-of-a-kind way to screen for colon cancer that's effective and non-invasive. It's for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider for Cologuard.
I did it my way.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Trending tonight, a close call between snowmobilers and a moose, and it was all caught on camera.
Stay away from the moose if you can. Two brothers were snowmobiling with a group in Idaho when this happened. You should never get this close to a moose, and making yourself look big and intimidating is good advice to deal, my goodness, with a bear, but not so much for these guys. Jeremiah Bigelow explains what they were thinking in the situation.
What we should have done is when the moose got in trail, he was going to charge, the moose was going to charge us no matter what. So once it was a false charge, we should have gotten our sleds turned around, and then my brother should have given it more space and just given it space to do its thing. It just happened really fast.
Hindsight is 20/20. The good news is everyone is okay. Experts say if you find yourself in a similar situation, running away is actually a good idea. Moose typically won't chase you like a bear or another predator, and you should definitely try to put something solid between yourself and the moose.
Just 20 yards, I think, is the right distance to be from a moose.
Absolutely. My goodness. All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Chris Rock ready to settle the score with Will Smith? Next extra, the comedy world reacts as Chris slaps back in Netflix's first ever live streaming comedy special, What You Didn't See. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on KAPP.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
Many people who deserve Social Security, disability, and workers' compensation benefits are denied.
If you were denied, you want an experienced attorney's personal attention.
I personally handle each workers' comp case.
And I personally handle each Social Security disability case.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630, Bothwell and Hamill.
Agribusiness is big in our area, and Ag Advisors is your local guide to all things ag. We'll visit local businesses that may change the way you feed your family.
Ag Advisors, meet our board Saturday morning at 9 on KVEW.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yeah. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is your entertainment destination for more choice, more fun, more often. You choose. Dine at one of our 9 restaurants. Fast food, sit down, or a special occasion. Plan a date night movie, bowling for the whole family, or grab a seat and stay a while. It's all here at Wild Horse. Your best choice for fun every day.
Join us March 18th for America's favorite rock and country band, Little Texans. Tickets on sale now.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
As we ride the roller coaster of temperatures, we see spring return before we know it. I'll have your first alert weather forecast tomorrow.
But many California residents are still digging out after a historic snowfall. We'll bring you the latest tomorrow morning on Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at the weather. Jason, spring is so close. You can almost taste it.
A fortnight. 2 weeks away. Let's take a quick look. Let's get you ready for your Tuesday. We do have mostly sunny conditions. We're going to see highs in the mid to upper 40s for our areas. And again, you can see a quick little spritz, especially in the Walla Walla area. But the best chance of seeing snow to rain snow mix to rain will be on Friday. But it does look like Ellensburg and Yakima could see a little bit of morning snow on Wednesday. We'll keep a close eye on that. But a little warmer tomorrow than today.
That's always good to hear. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. KAPP KVEW Local News is back tonight at 6.